Hello, and welcome to another Quick Byte presentation brought to you by the Economic Alliance of Okanagan County. My name is Mason Duke, and today we're going to be discussing pyramid schemes and multi-level marketing, what they are and how to tell the difference. Multi-level marketing describes a business structure in which products or services are sold through person-to-person transactions. The people making the sales are independent distributors rather than formal employees, and they're often rewarded for recruiting additional distributors in addition to profiting from their sales. This is where the multi-level label comes in. There are tiers of associates making sales, with people above them and below them on the recruitment chain. Some well-known examples of businesses that utilize an MLM structure are Amway, Legal Shield, and World Financial Group. An MLM becomes a pyramid scheme when it is deemed to be acting in an illegal or fraudulent manner. Typically, this means associate income is made primarily via recruitment of new associates rather than direct sales to customers. As the pyramid grows, the people near the top profit the most, and the growing list of associates falls victims to empty promises of great wealth and are beset by all manner of hidden fees and fine print that cut into whatever earnings they can actually scrape together. The line between legitimate MLMs and pyramid schemes is often thin and subject to legal dispute, but some high-profile proceedings have involved companies like Vema Nutrition Company, Burn Lounge Inc., and Herbalife. The Federal Trade Commission is the primary regulatory body to which MLMs are subject. Created in the early 1900s to enforce a variety of antitrust and consumer protection laws, the FTC is capable of punishing deceptive business practices by freezing assets, shutting down fraudulent companies, and even holding individuals liable for false earnings claims. In a practical sense, the FTC is the agency that distinguishes between legitimate MLMs and illegal pyramid schemes. Past decisions have established legal tests that can be used to make the assessment. While all companies are subject to existing federal regulations, it's worth noting that many states place additional restrictions upon MLMs operating within their borders. A popular legal test for identifying pyramid schemes comes from the 1975 FTC decision in regards to Coscott Interplanetary Inc., which ruled that pyramid schemes are organizations that both charge associates for the right to make sales and reward recruitment unrelated to sales. Meaning one condition or the other means little, it's the combination of the two that pushes a company into potentially illegal territory. Another key FTC decision was made in 1979 in the matter of Amway Corporation, which found that despite being an MLM, Amway was not a pyramid scheme because of certain safeguards it practiced. Distributors had to resell 70% of their purchased product and prove sales to at least 10 distinct customers before qualifying for sales bonuses, and a buyback requirement for leftover inventory was built in for associates looking to exit the organization. Similar provisions are now popular features of state law. In 1996, however, the Ninth Circuit Court ruled in Webster v. Omnitrition International that the Amway safeguards had no validity on their own. To protect the company from penalties, the safeguards need to be practically enforced and free of loopholes. So not all MLMs are illegal pyramid schemes, but you should still put careful consideration into joining one, as when faced with any other business proposal. Evaluate your strengths and the work required. Are you a gifted salesman? Do you have a large pool of potential customers locally? Do you have faith in the product or service you'd be selling? And what sorts of policies or protections does the company offer? It's important to find these from an independent source, if at all possible. Understand as well that according to financial analysis and participant surveys, the majority of MLM associates earn less than $1,000 per year. Others earn nothing at all or even lose money. While individual cases vary, the business model as a whole has a long history of misleading or outright fabricated earnings claims and should be approached with some skepticism accordingly. And at the end of the day, even a legitimate investment opportunity carries a degree of risk that's well worth remembering. Two of the main sources for this presentation were an article on legalclarity.org and one from consumer.ftc.gov. If you're interested in learning more, they'd be great places to start. The South Dakota Office of the Attorney General also has a useful fact sheet on the MLM pyramid scheme distinction. It can be found at consumer.sd.gov. And as always, we welcome questions and requests by visitation to our office in Okanagan, as well as by phone or email. With that, I'd like to thank you for joining us on today's Quick Byte presentation. I'm Mason Duke, and I'll see you next time.